Issa says Lois Lerner will appear before Congress on Wednesday. Now, remember, she pled the Fifth last year, but Lerner's lawyer denying that claim. She's saying that she still asserts her Fifth Amendment rights. So all rise. Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. I mean, the plot is sticking considerably on this recently.
I suspect that her lawyers and the lawyers for the committee are attempting to negotiate an agreement which will govern her testimony. And Congressman Issa, who's a successful businessman, an entrepreneur, as well as a politician, probably was so happy that she might testify, he may have jumped the gun. And often, when you're in the middle of a negotiation and one side jumps the gun, it sets the negotiation back a couple of steps. That's what I suspect. But this is a different kind of negotiation.
That's jumped the gun in the sense that letting the public know
that she was going to testify before she had actually agreed to do so.
Oh, but not testify under a grant of immunity. Because that was the story.
He didn't say what it was. I can't imagine her testifying not under a grant of immunity.
Okay.
And any lawyer that would permit her to, she just won't get a lawyer to permit her to do that because she's exposing herself to criminal liability. And remember, this is not an ordinary negotiation. You cannot walk away from immunity. If she is immunized against her will, she will have to testify because immunity removes the Fifth Amendment protection. Think about it. The Fifth Amendment protection is to protect you from the government using your words against you in a criminal prosecution. If the government has agreed it can't prosecute you, then you have no need for that protection.
Right. So is there a sense, though, reading between the lines, that she might be eager to get this over with, eager to testify, and maybe eager to embrace this immunity?
Well, if she's not, she's facing years of civil and criminal litigation. So I think she's eager to get it over with. I think the committee is eager to get it over with. Look, the typical model is you don't pick the top person when you have a bunch of people that did something wrong. You don't pick the bottom person.
Right.
You pick a person close enough to the bottom that they can testify about the person at the top. The person at the top here is arguably the President of the United States.
Could we just take the person in the middle and just take us further up the food chain?
Well, you want to go high enough up the food chain so you have substantial material about the person at the top. So you don't want to be too low.
Right.
You also don't want to be too close to the top because there may be others in there that you want to prosecute as well. The goal is to rid the government of people who have abused government power. And if you can't rid the government of them, you at least want the public to know who they are.
Will this be the last chance at finding a smoking gun in this? And a smoking gun with respect to naming large names that are household names that are big-time government officials that can be held accountable and we all learn some sort of valuable lesson?
No, I don't think it'll be the last chance at all. She is a household name because of the position she held at the IRS and because of her weird statements last time. I invoked the Fifth Amendment. By the way, I'm innocent. I mean, that just opens up such a can of worms when she said that. But there are others whose names are unknown to us, who have been interviewed by the lawyers for Congressman Issa's committee, who could probably provide substantially similar information.
She does testify under immunity, though. We could be in for some real fireworks. I mean,
oh, yes.
Yeah, Wednesday could be perhaps one of the biggest news days of the week.
Okay, I don't think she can get immunity by Wednesday.
Okay.
When the Congress grants you immunity, it needs the approval of a federal judge. Now, that could be done in 2 days, but it usually takes longer than that.
Would it matter who appointed that federal judge?
No, because the application to the federal judge has to come from the Justice Department. So you need the Congress, the Justice Department, and a federal judge to agree on immunity. I don't think all of that could come together by Wednesday.
Well, the good news is that finally, when it felt like this fell completely off the news cycle, off the radar, it's getting back, and hopefully we'll push it forward to some conclusion.
Look, the prima facie case against the IRS is extraordinary. If Congress drops the ball, members of Congress should be voted out of office. This is too hot for them not to pursue. There are too many innocent, freedom-loving Americans who did nothing more than follow the law to express their First Amendment rights who were clobbered by the IRS. That would be Mrs. Lerner and her colleagues.
Right. Thank you very much, Judge. You've been on top of this like nobody else. Really appreciate it. All right, both Democrats and Republicans, they spend millions of dollars trying to target millennials. One problem?